Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel today. Today I want to talk about not just underspin lures, but some interesting modifications that you may want to try with your underspin lures. Underspin lures are pretty good cold water lure to use. December, January, February timeframe, they can really shine in the colder water. Usually, working them slow through the water and having a small willow blade on them, as these three examples show, can really help entice some bites. And here's just three examples. The top one being a company called Roadrunner. I believe that's a Roadrunner underspin with like a marabou style tail on it. Then the next one down would be by Leland Lures. That's called a fin spin. And then the one below this is by let's see, that's it's Buckeye Lures, and it's a Sioux spin blade lure. So just the three different examples. But the important thing about these that allows for some interesting modifications is the fact that looking in close, you'll have a tie on for your line on the top, and then you have your blade on the bottom. So let's say we decide that we want to remove the blade and do something different with the lure, kind of mix it up a bit. So here's a couple of different options that I think might be interesting to try to play around with. The first one is this. If you just remove the blade and the swivel on the bottom of these, and you add a section of line and then just a standard jig head to suspend below it. You can set your depth, whether you want to run it 12 inches below, 6 inches below, 18 inches below, whatever you feel is comfortable. You can set up a dual rig just by tying on a jig head like this, by removing the blade and tying it on with a piece of line underneath. That way you can have them suspended. And with that said, you can also like double or triple them up. If you have a couple of these lures that you want to take the blades off, you could actually maybe go 2 or 3 jig heads stacked up in a ladder formation in the water, maybe setting them apart 12 inches a piece or something like that, to allow you to kind of help figure out if fish are suspending at a certain depth. That'll give you about 3 feet of depth if you do 12 inches apart by throwing them in all at one time. And if you're finding one particular lure is getting hit versus another, that would be a quick and easy way to find out what the depths are that the fish are suspending at. Especially helpful if you don't have like a forward-facing sonar or something like that, which most of us don't unless you're out on a boat. And then another option would be, instead of running this jig head, so let's say you want to remove the blade, but you want some additional chances to hook up. Another good option would be to use just a simple treble hook. Just replace the swivel itself with a treble hook. That gives you some additional hookup points. Now, this will increase the potential to snag up with the treble hook hanging below like that, but it will also give you maybe a chance for a better hookup ratio, depending on the type of area and cover that you're fishing in. And another option that I think would be another interesting one to try as well is this: adding like a weight and creating your own drop shot rig. So by removing the blade here and then just running a piece of string down. Now, if you're going to drop shot, you could probably just about leave the blade and the swivel on. Just tie the fishing line from there down to your drop shot weight, and suspend that down below maybe 12 inches or 18 inches to give you the drop shot style setup that you're looking for. So just a couple of things to think about, if you have some underspin lures and you want to play around with them and try some modifications. But it really is a very versatile lure, and you can do quite a bit with it, by just using a little bit of creativity and kind of playing around. You may stumble upon the next great combination that will work, wonders for the area that you're fishing in. And as always, thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.